This lecture will try to learn about the cell. The cells are the smallest structural and functional units of our body, and when they are grouped together, they form tissues. And these cells are very small to be seen with the naked eye, and they can be seen only under a microscope in the laboratory. And the cell consists of a plasma membrane, and inner to the plasma membrane there is cytoplasm containing a number of organelles in it. You can see the diagram. So this outer covering, outer membrane is plasma membrane, and inner to the plasma membrane is the cytoplasm, and the cytoplasm contains various organelles within it. Example includes nucleus, mitochondria, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, all these. So let's see each of it. Plasma membrane. This is the outer protective covering of the cell. The outer protective covering that covers the cell from outside is the plasma membrane. And this is separating the internal and external environment of the cell. This differentiate here separates this is the internal environment of the cell, and this becomes its external environment. This plasma membrane separates the external and internal environment of the cell, and this is acting as a selective barrier, a guard, which allows the selected entry and exit of substances into and out of the cell. There are few substances which enters into and few substance that gets out of it, and it is acting as a selective barrier. And next is cytoplasm. This is present inner to the plasma membrane. This is the plasma membrane, and inner to the plasma membrane, the area present inner to the plasma membrane is the cytoplasm, and it contains all cellular constituents. And the cytoplasm consists of cytosol and organelles. And cytosol is the fluid portion of the cytoplasm, and this is the site for all cellular reactions. And the cytosol constitutes for about 55% of the total cell volume, and from that about 75 to 90% of the cytosol is water. And apart from the water, it also contains dissolved and suspended substances such as ions, albumins, fats, lipids, ATP, waste materials, glucose, proteins, etc. And so the organelles, as we discussed earlier, cytoplasm contains cytosol and organelles. We have already discussed about the cytosol, and now the organelles. Organelles are specialized structures present within the cytoplasm, and they have specific structure and functions to perform. And it include nucleus, mitochondria, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, cytoskeleton, etc. These are the organelles present within the cytoplasm of the cell. Let's first discuss the nucleus. Nucleus is the largest organelle contained within the cytoplasm of the cell, and most of the cells contain a nucleus within it, except a mature RBC. A mature RBC do not contain nucleus in it. And there are some other cells which have multiple nuclei in its cytoplasm, such as a skeletal muscle. So this is the nucleus, and there is a double-layered membrane covering the nucleus, and the double-layered membrane covering the nucleus is called nuclear envelope. So here a section of it is being shown. This is nuclear envelope, which covers the nucleus from outside, and this is a double-layered membrane, nuclear envelope, an outer membrane and an inner membrane. So there are two layers in the nuclear envelope, and there are pores here, holes in the nuclear envelope, and they are called nuclear pores. There are holes in it, and those are called nuclear pores. And these nuclear pores will allow for the transport of substances between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. And there is a spherical body at the center of this nucleus, and it is called nucleolus. The spherical body at the center of the nucleus is called its nucleolus. And the nucleus this nucleolus and the nucleus contains a genetic material which may control all activities of the cell. The next is mitochondria, and they are called the powerhouse of the cell. And they are called powerhouse because they release energy. They are involved in aerobic respiration, and by that process, the chemical energy is made available in the cell. Mitochondria, they generate ATP, which provides energy through chemical reactions. It is generated through chemical reactions, and the number of mitochondria may vary from one cell to another, depending upon how active the cell is. The higher active the cell, there will be an increased number of mitochondria in it. Mitochondrial wall consists of two membranes. You can see that here, an outer mitochondrial membrane, outer membrane, and inner to that there is another inner membrane, the inner mitochondrial membrane. There is outer mitochondrial membrane and inner mitochondrial membrane. The outer mitochondrial membrane is covering the inner mitochondrial membrane from outside, and the inner mitochondrial membrane has many infoldings in it. There are many folds in it, and these folds are called cristae. Those folds in the inner mitochondrial membrane are called cristae, and these cristae will help in increasing the surface area available for chemical reactions. And the large area present at the center, inner to the inner mitochondrial membrane, this area present at the center and inner to the inner mitochondrial membrane is matrix. It's called its matrix. And matrix is a fluid-filled cavity present inner to the inner mitochondrial membrane. Next is ribosomes. And ribosomes are granular structures, granule-like structures, and they are the sites for protein synthesis, and they synthesize protein from amino acids using RNA. And they are found on the surface of the nuclear envelope. They are found on the surface of the nuclear envelope. Here is a nucleus, and this is nuclear envelope. They are found attached to the nuclear envelope, and they are also attached to the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Here, this is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. This is rough endoplasmic reticulum, and they are attached to it, and they manufacture protein for export from the cell. And some of the ribosomes are free, or they are unattached, and they are present in the cytoplasm, and they synthesize proteins within the cytosol. And ribosomes are also present in the mitochondria, and they synthesize mitochondrial proteins. And next is endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is a series of interconnected membranous canals. Interconnected membranous canals, you can see that they are interconnected membranous canals. A series of interconnected membranous canals can be seen, and they extend from the nuclear envelope. They are the continuation of the nuclear envelope. Nuclear envelope extend as endoplasmic reticulum. They are involved in the transport of proteins. There are two different types of endoplasmic reticulum. One is rough endoplasmic reticulum, and the other is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The first one is rough endoplasmic reticulum. Here it is, and in continuation to that is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And ribosomes are attached to the walls of the rough endoplasmic reticulum. You can see that the granular structures which have been attached to the walls of the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and there are no ribosomes attached to the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And where the ribosomes are attached, they are rough endoplasmic reticulum, and they act as site for protein synthesis. And ribosomes are not attached to the walls of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and they help in synthesis of lipids, steroid hormones, and also they help in the detoxification of some of the drugs. The next is Golgi apparatus, Golgi complex, or Golgi body. They're a group of closely folded, flattened membranous sacs with bulging ends. You can see closely folded, flat membranous sacs with bulging ends. The ends are bulged. Their ends are bulged. Okay, and they move. The proteins will move from endoplasmic reticulum, as we have seen already, then to the Golgi apparatus, and where they are packed in the Golgi apparatus, they are packed to form membranous vesicles, and those membranous vesicles are called secretory granules. You can see that, the secretory granules. And Golgi apparatus will help in transport of proteins to other regions of the cell. Helps in the transport of protein. The next is lysosomes. They are small spherical vesicle-like structures. Their lysosomes are covered by a membrane. You can see that here in the diagram here, covered by membrane. And they are small spherical vesicles containing different types of lysosomal enzymes within it. And the interior of the lysosomes maintain a pH of 5, which is very acidic than that of the cytosol. And these lysosomes which are present within the lysosomes, the enzymes present in the lysosomes, they act best in acidic medium. The pH is 5 and it is acidic. And the lysosomes, they act as a waste disposal system of the cell, and it digests unwanted materials in the cytoplasm, and they recycle the damaged cell structures also. It is considered as a waste disposal system of the cell. Next is cytoskeleton. They are small protein fibers. It includes microfilaments, microtubules, centrosomes, and cell extensions. Let's see the first one, microfilaments. They are the smallest protein fibers. They provide structural support and maintain the shape of the cell, and they also help in the contraction of the cell as in a muscle cell. Okay, next is, here you can see those fibers present, and these are the cytoskeletons. The next is microtubules. They are larger contractile protein fibers, larger than the microfilaments. They help in the movement of the organelles within the cell. The organelles can be moved with the help of microtubules. And they also help in the movement of chromosomes during cell division. And they also involved in the movement of cell extensions such as cilia and flagella. And centrosomes, next is centrosomes. They consist of a pair of centrioles. They are a small cluster of microtubules, a group of microtubules, and they play an important role during cell division. The next is cell extensions, which include cilia and flagella. Cilia and flagella, they extend from the plasma membrane. They extend from the plasma membrane. And the cilia are hair-like structures present on the free border of the cells. And these cilia, they help in the movement of substances along the surface. Example, the movement of mucus along the respiratory tract. And flagella, they are single whip-like structure. A whip-like structure as in the case of a spermatozoa, a sperm. There is a head, then there is a body, and there is a whip-like structure in case of a sperm. And this whip-like structure, this helps in the movement of the cell. The tail of the spermatozoa is a flagella. So that was all about the cell and the plasma membrane, cytoplasm, and various organelles have been discussed. Thanks for watching.